Last night, LeBron James comes through to win his fourth NBA title, the first player in NBA history to win Finals MVP on 3 separate teams. With that, is it time for more people to start to realize that maybe LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time? Let's get into it. Welcome to Amateur Hour Sports, everybody. A bit of a different setting for today's upload. Unfortunately, I am not where my recording studio is. All I could bring with me when I went out of town was my microphone, but I did want to get an upload out about the NBA Finals. I talk a lot about the Raptors. I do want to start branching off a little bit in the future, so decided to start with today talking about the NBA Finals, where we saw the Los Angeles Lakers take down the Miami Heat in 6 games. It was as I predicted at the start of the series. I said the Lakers would win in 6, but it is nowhere near what I predicted at the start of the playoffs. Personally, I saw the Clippers getting there and I saw the Bucks getting there. I did not see how the Bucks would be able to be stopped, but clearly it's easier than I thought. The Raptors did it last year. The Miami Heat did it this year. All you really have to do to stop the Bucks is clog the paint and make somebody other than Giannis beat you. Because if Giannis isn't getting to the rim, Giannis is not getting his MVP caliber type of points. And as far as the Clippers go, I've talked about them already on the channel. Individual performances really let down the Clippers. Maybe a lack of coaching, a lack of cohesion within the team, but props to the Nuggets for taking them down. But the Lakers, they gentlemen sweep their way all the way to the NBA Finals. And then when they get there, they take down the Miami Heat in 6 games. LeBron James wins Finals MVP for the 4th time in his career, the first player ever to win it on 3 different teams. If you think Anthony Davis deserved the Finals MVP over LeBron James, you're just a hater. You got a vendetta against LeBron James for whatever reason, but LeBron puts up 30 points, 12 rebounds, and 8.5 assists in the final while shooting a very efficient 59% from the field. It's not just very efficient. Those are like ungodly numbers to produce in an NBA Finals. 59% from the field, 30 points, almost a triple-double average, whereas Anthony Davis put up 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists on still efficient shooting, 57%. That's also very efficient, but as good as that is, it's not as good as LeBron. And the fact that LeBron won the vote unanimously, there were 11 votes for Finals MVP, LeBron James won all 11 of those votes. So, no discrepancy there. There's nothing you can say to convince me that LeBron James was not Finals MVP. So we get on that. And LeBron James was just controlling play throughout the entire series. And those 8.5 assists, those could be higher. Honestly, not faulting LeBron in that sense. LeBron James was finding his guys. His guys were not always knocking down their shots. If you look at Danny Green in Game 5, Danny Green, sure, you can give him stick for missing that shot, but do not attack him. Like the people, I have no respect for the people who would send death threats to Danny Green or his wife regarding a missed shot. That is bigger than basketball. You do not go at somebody like that. But Danny Green, we know he missed that shot. Danny Green comes out and starts hitting his shots in Game 6, bounce back. I'm happy to see him win his 3rd ring. He is one of 4 players in NBA history, along with LeBron James, to win 3 rings on 3 different teams. So prop to Danny Green. He deserves it. He wasn't as good this year as last year, but still respect to Danny Green. But as far as this playoffs go, what the Lakers offered, and it was really apparent in Game 6, is the ability to play stellar defense all the time. And no matter who they were playing, no matter how they had to adapt to the team they were playing, they played stellar defense. Like you look at Houston, the very small ball approach. The Lakers, gentleman sweep. They knew how to defend that team. They get to the conference finals against the Nuggets. Now you're playing a team who plays a little bit bigger. You got Nikola Jokic. You got to play bigger. Gentleman sweep again. They tinker their system to cater to who they're playing. And when it wasn't good in Game 5 against the Miami Heat, they tinker yet again. Dwight Howard comes out of the starting lineup. Alex Caruso starts an NBA Finals game where He was great on defense. The Lakers were absolutely smothering that Miami Heat team from the jump all the way to the end of the game. They wanted that championship and they played like it. It seems like LeBron James is the Santa Claus when it comes to giving out rings, because he gets a lot of guys who would never ever even sniff an NBA championship. He gives a lot of guys the chance to win a ring, like J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith has 2 rings now because of LeBron James. And J.R. Smith didn't play in the finals this time, but he did play the last time. He was a decent figure when the Cleveland Cavaliers won an NBA championship. You look at Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo in the late 2000s told Chris Paul that he would never win a ring. Rajon Rondo has 2 rings now, one with Boston, one with the LA Lakers. And in both of those finals, he was a big contributor. And Rajon Rondo, who I never thought would ever develop that 3-point shot, he did, and was shooting at a great clip in the playoffs and was huge. He was immense from the 3-point line in Game 6 against the Miami Heat. JaVale McGee now has three NBA championships. That is absolutely ridiculous to think. Dion Waiters got bought out by the Miami Heat just so he could win against them in the finals and get himself a ring. Kostas Antetokounmpo has a ring. Giannis, the brother, does not have a ring. So yeah, LeBron James is great at giving people rings, and props to AD as well for winning his first ring. But now, let's talk about the greater picture of basketball. You know, some people don't like talking about this. I like talking about this. I'm a firm believer LeBron James is the greatest basketball player that the world has ever seen. The things that LeBron James can do to manipulate winning basketball with the most dumpster fire teams is unbelievable. This Lakers team was not a playoff team until LeBron showed up. Even when he did show up, because he got injured, they still were not a playoff team. They went from not making the playoffs last year. They added AD in the offseason. They made a big trade in order to acquire him. They lost a lot of good pieces, but they acquired AD, and they go and win a championship this year. And with this team that you're looking at without LeBron James, this isn't a great team once you go past LeBron James and AD. Like, the third highest scorer in the NBA Finals was Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and he got a lot of discredit over the course of the regular season. Lakers fans almost bullied him into being good because he was great in the NBA Finals. He was spot-up shooting, hitting his shots. Rajon Rondo, I don't know how many guys can turn into, a different animal when they get into a playoffs at the level of Rajon Rondo. Playoff Rondo is a real thing because I don't know what he does. He switches something on when it gets to playoff time. Then you got guys like, Kyle Kuzma, a role player, Danny Green, Markieff Morris, role players. This team without LeBron James does not go very far. You saw what a New Orleans Pelicans team with AD could do with AD being the first choice. It wouldn't happen with the Lakers. AD needs help, and he needed a guy like LeBron to help get him to that championship. And you could definitely say LeBron needed a guy like AD to get there as well. But the feats that LeBron James has achieved over the course of his career, he hasn't lost a playoff series to an Eastern Conference opponent since 2010. Since 2010, he has made all but one NBA final. What he has done at his age, no less, is absolutely unfathomable. It's ridiculous. And sure, there's one or two bad NBA Finals losses there. But, playing against the Golden State Warriors, the greatest team of all time, arguably, but, based off their regular season record, one of the greatest teams of all time. You got 3 almost MVP caliber players. Steph Curry and KD, those guys have won MVP. Klay Thompson is a superstar just a tick under them. When you have to go against those guys, what do you expect LeBron to do with a Cleveland Cavaliers team who could never really give him a proper supporting cast like the Los Angeles Lakers or like the Miami Heat? People who say that LeBron needs to go to different places to win rings, you're wrong, because everywhere he goes, he wins rings. He doesn't go where the winning is. The winning comes to LeBron wherever he goes because he manufactures those wins. Somehow at 35 years old, LeBron James is still in his prime. He doesn't show any signs of slowing down. He almost won the MVP this year. I could see him going out and trying to get on and win it next year and being in that conversation next year. the Lakers, as far as running it back, I think that the competition really stiffens in the NBA next year. The Clippers will be back, and they could be able to make their team even better and be an even bigger threat because they got work to do after the disaster that happened in the playoffs this year. The Golden State Warriors, who have that second overall pick that they can either move on or draft a player to help bolster that already incredible team when Klay Thompson is healthy and he comes back. You've got other teams like the Denver Nuggets who can strengthen. The Utah Jazz, the Houston Rockets with a new coach, maybe they'll be better. There's a lot more competition next year. Even in the East, the Brooklyn Nets are going to be firing next year once KD is healthy. So a lot more competition, but we haven't seen LeBron lose before the NBA Finals when he makes the playoffs since 2010. Other than missing the playoffs last year, he has not lost a playoff series since 2010. So even though I predicted this year that they would not make the NBA Finals, I thought the Clippers would beat them in the conference finals, but lo and behold, the Clippers don't even make it. But how can you even conceive a reality where LeBron James loses a playoff series before the finals? Because he just simply doesn't let that happen. He takes over games when he needs to take over games. Like a 40-point triple-double in Game 5. He needed his help. LeBron James put up a 40-point triple-double in a Game 5, and they lost. Could you imagine a situation where LeBron lets that happen? Thing is, it won't happen very often. So can you conceive a reality where he loses before the finals? I'm not sure. We'll get there when we get there, but right now we can look at the NBA Finals and the greatness of LeBron James. Yes, he is 4-6 in the NBA Finals. Perhaps he can add on one more NBA championship before it's all said and done for LeBron James. But I'm looking at, I think, the greatest basketball player of all time. And for me, it's 1A, almost 1B. LeBron 1A, Michael Jordan 1B. The stuff that both of them could pull off, we can celebrate. I'm in the mindset that LeBron James accomplishes more with less. LeBron James does not have these elite teams like Michael Jordan did. And even though LeBron James always has, he needs that dynamic second piece like an Anthony Davis, like a Kyrie Irving, he doesn't have anything other than that. He doesn't get the pieces like other people have had in the past who are celebrated like the GOATs. I personally think LeBron James is that man, and if you don't have him in your conversation, you don't even acknowledge him, you got to get your head checked. He's in the conversation. At the very least, you got to have him at the same dinner table as Michael Jordan. They're both eating at the same table. It's just them two. Nobody else comes even close to what those two have achieved in their basketball careers. But that's it. Those two. The skill set that LeBron James possesses is higher than the skill set Michael Jordan possesses. Like, both great shooting mid-range, both great at getting to the rim. Michael Jordan was not the playmaker that LeBron James was. Michael Jordan did not have the insane basketball IQ that LeBron James has. LeBron James sees everything. He is the orchestrator. He makes everything tick on the court and can make so many inferior teammates raise their level. LeBron is completely unparalleled in raising the level of an inferior team and raising the level of his teammates to get to that greatness, to get to the NBA Finals, to win NBA championships. What do you guys think of LeBron James as the greatest basketball player of all time? Are you a Michael Jordan? Are you a Wilt Chamberlain guy? Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant? Who do you think is the greatest basketball player of all time? And if it is not LeBron James, why do you think that is the case? I can fully respect an argument when it comes to Michael Jordan. I can fully respect that. If you think Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time above LeBron, I can respect that. But you gotta also respect LeBron James being right there. People got different opinions, and that's fine. You gotta respect what LeBron James has done. No more slander, no more hate. He wants his damn respect too. But thank you for listening to this episode. It is a bit different. I'm sorry it comes like this. Unfortunately, it's a lot of equipment I gotta move if I am ever out of town, so I can't really get those videos in. I have 2 more videos coming this week on Wednesday and Friday, but today, unfortunately, it just had to be just only audio. But thank you for bearing with me if you are still here. Please like the video if you like, and subscribe to Amateur Sports for more content just like this. We post 4 times a week on the channel. Typically, it's Raptors related content, but today we are talking about the NBA Finals because it is such a monumental occasion for the basketball world. But thank you again. At the end of the day, I believe what I say. If you disagree, that is okay. We We will see you again next time for another video.